I'm gonna have to kind of watch my language on this too, in the hope that maybe my video won't get removed for the language. But basically what I can say is that I haven't really slept with a lot of different men. You know, I don't sleep around a lot, and some people assume that I prostituted myself, and that's not something that I do. That's not a lifestyle that I live. And I just wanted to say that in regards to the size of the genitalia of black males, you know, there are some who can be really tall and really big, and also have genitalia that's too short, but maybe just thicker than other men. And there's others, they may be short, and they might be longer and thicker than other guys, even though they're short. You know, they're all different. They're not all the same. They're not all necessarily larger than other men. And also, here's the big secret on penis size that a lot of people, especially a lot of women, are not aware of. When you read peer-reviewed scientific articles on the size of a man's genitalia, it explains to you that the genes that encode the length of your limbs and your penis is on the X chromosome that you can only get from your mother. And the second factor that influences penis size is your mother's hormones in her bloodstream while she's pregnant with you. So that pretty much determines the maximum size of what your genitalia might achieve naturally. And the father's genes don't really kick in until after birth, and you might reach the size determined by your mother earlier than other guys or later than other guys, depending on what your father's genes dictates. But ultimately, the whole package, it's determined by mama's genes on mama's X chromosome, and also mama's hormones during pregnancy. So with that said, what you have going on right now is that large numbers of black people have already died off from coronavirus, both black men and black women. And before that, we were already only about 12% of the population. And when you exclude immigrants from Africa, South America, and other regions, then the population of American-born blacks is actually a lot smaller than that. So you take that away and then do the numbers lost due to coronavirus, and the number of American-born blacks is actually shrinking a lot faster than most people realize. And the vast majority of black men don't know these things, you know, because they're men, they're hormonal. You know, no offense, but most of them really don't know this because they don't read this stuff. So, anyway, and what happens is when you have a black man who's having children with women of other races, then the genes that's going to encode the penis size of his sons and also his grandsons, that's going to come from the X chromosome of their mothers who are not black. So if they're mating with women who tend to have smaller or more average penis sizes in their families, then over time, when you have the mother, the grandmother, the great-grandmother, when you have this admixture of females who are not black, you might get smaller penis sizes if these women are from the average to less than average males in their race, you know, because that comes from mama. So you might have a woman who looks black, but maybe her mom was not black. Maybe her great-grandma was not black, and if her X chromosomes is from that woman, and if those women are producing small sausage, then guess what? You're going to have a dude who might be black as midnight and still have small sausage because his X chromosome is not from black women. You know, You know, and if you look at it from a spiritual standpoint, okay, let's say it's time to reincarnate, but you're the last 2, 3, or more generations of young men in your family have been selecting the women with the X chromosomes that produce smaller sausage that comes from outside the black community. Okay, well, that means you might spend several generations incarnating with an average to less than average penis. You're not going to feel like you're king of the world. You're not going to feel like you're on top of it all and outshining everybody, because guess what? You crafted your own bloodline. You set your own sons and grandsons up to indulge those mating patterns. And so when you have all these repeated admixtures with darker skinned women with X chromosomes that's not black, and with women who are just pure non-black, when you keep mating from those two groups over and over again, then in the future you're going to be reborn probably with the smaller penises that's either too short or too thin, or maybe even both. And if that happens, you can't blame God, and you can't blame Mother Nature. The only person you can blame if that happens in the future is you, because you made that choice. God didn't make that choice. Mother Nature didn't make that choice. You did. And, you know, when you look at karma from that point of view, then this example of karma is not some angry God forcing punishment on you. No, it's you having something that's less pleasant or maybe a little more mediocre because of your own choices. You know, when your people are vastly outnumbered, or in this case because of the pandemic, vastly outnumbered and also quickly dying, and you're investing your future in a woman who's not from among your people, you just got to live with the fact that some of those genes that you have is not going to be there in future generations, because your sons, they got X chromosomes from women who's not black. So there's going to be a whole lot less niggas on this side of the ocean with genetics like yours, because choices you made. And you're not going to be walking around your next couple of lifetimes saying that your genitalia makes you king outside of black communities. That might not be an option for you. And yeah, that's pretty much all I can say on the matter. I mean, there's probably a little more that could be said, but I might save that for another video. And yeah, and this coronavirus, it's not going away anytime soon. And immigration from Africa is going to slow way down or stop because borders are closed. So that means that if everything breaks down completely, your bloodline will not have opportunities to correct this by mixing with the blacks who immigrate here from Africa. Sorry, buddy. Might not happen if you wait long enough.